I was right. I told you guys last month that Las Vegas will go to 100% capacity before the official June 1st date, and I was absolutely right. As of right this moment, everything is open. Every single restaurant, every single nightclub, shows, strip clubs, anything you want is open right now. This is great news, especially for you guys that are coming during Memorial Weekend. So let's get started. I'm gonna tell you all the information you need to know. Number one, we're gonna have to start with nightclubs. It is official that general admission is now allowed at most places. It really started with XS Nightclub and Encore Beach Club. Those were the first two venues to allow general admission once again. However, the prices for general admission was like $150 per person. It was a lot, but it was a way to start getting people into these nightclubs. After Encore Beach Club and XS Nightclub, Marquee joined along. So for a while, it was those three nightclubs. It was XS, Encore Beach Club, and Marquee were the only venues allowing general admission. Marquee was allowing general admission at between $40 to $50, so they were way more reasonable compared to the other venues. The great news is that more nightclubs are now allowed to have general admission. This weekend, Drais Nightclub started allowing general admission randomly. Like, they did not announce it, it just happened. And everybody flooded Drais Nightclub that night. Hakkasan Nightclub also announced that they will be allowing general admission to come in as well. The great thing about Hakkasan is that Hakkasan owns multiple venues on the strip. So that means OMNIA will have general admission. Zouk Nightclub will have general admission when they open. Currently, Zouk is not open whatsoever. But when they open, obviously they will have general admission. TAO has general admission. LAVO has general admission. So you have plenty of options if you're coming to Las Vegas during Memorial Weekend and you don't want to buy bottle service, you just want to walk in as general admission. Our brand new super venue, Zouk Nightclub, will allow general admission when they open, obviously. I genuinely believe that Zouk Nightclub is going to be a serious problem. They have all the top artists that you could think of, and they also have some really good lower level artists. Well, not lower level artists, but artists I haven't heard before that I'm definitely interested in knowing more about. The major key for Zouk Nightclub is if they can actually survive. Hopefully they will survive, unlike KAOS Nightclub, which KAOS was this super nightclub in Las Vegas at the Palms, and they completely failed in just a few months. They had to close their doors. As I said, Zouk has some really good talent. They pretty much stole all the artists from Hakkasan Group, all the top ones at least, like Tiesto and Zed. If you are visiting Las Vegas, you want more nightclubs because they will constantly compete with each other. That means prices will lower as competition rises, which is obviously a good thing for all you tourists and locals as well. So you want the most nightclubs open. The sister venue to Zouk Nightclub is AYU Dayclub, AYU. They will allow general admission. Now, I need you to keep in mind, at these places, general admission costs a lot of money, so make sure that you book your tickets online and book them early. Light Nightclub is still closed, but there is some good news. If you look on Indeed, you can see that they are hiring again. I see them opening up really soon if they do not sell that venue. Some are saying they are planning to sell Light Nightclub, but we have no idea yet. But just know that Chainsmokers are back. Drake, Chris Brown, Future, all the top artists will be back in Las Vegas really soon. Let me pause for a minute. If you guys have never been to a Chainsmokers live performance, you are missing out. These guys, Alex and Drew, know how to put on a real serious performance anywhere they go. People usually skip out on them because they're like EDM and pop, but I'm telling you, after seeing Alex and Drew live multiple times, these guys are the truth and they are worth watching at least once. A lot of times you can see their shows for free if you go to guest list and go to the club early. So that's my pro tip for you guys that want to see the Chainsmokers for free. Speaking of artists, there will be concerts returning. So there's a difference between a club performance and a full concert show. Well, concert shows are back. On November 5th, you could check out Celine Dion at Resorts World. Usher's one-year residency with Caesar Palace start this July. If you guys have not seen Usher perform live, you are missing out, especially you ladies that are going for bachelorettes parties or just to have a good time. You're gonna enjoy that. Usher know how to put on a show. For those of you that want a laugh, Trevor Noah will be performing at Wynn Resorts this July. I believe July 9th actually. The legend himself, Bruno Mars, will have his performance at New York, New York this July as well. I believe he have 2 shows for July 4th and July 5th. He is one of the most polarizing talents of this generation. You need to check him out. On December 1st, you could check out KARRIE Underwood. December 29th, you could see Katy Perry perform live. February 11th, you could check out BRYAN. Now, you may not be fans of any of those people, but that is still good news for those of you guys who are coming here and want things to do. This is really great news. Really soon, you're gonna see Drake returning, you're gonna see Future returning. All the top artists will have shows here once again. If you like music festivals, they are back as well. This July, the Wynn Resorts have announced that Art of the Wild will return, which is like a 3-day music festival at XS Nightclub. It is a sight to be seen if you haven't been there before. The Life is Beautiful festival will happen on time this September. It is a 3-day festival in the heart of downtown Las Vegas. They have various artists, so they could be rappers, Korean pop stars, American pop stars. They will have any of the top artists there. It's actually a really good show. A lot of people fly here just for it, and I recommend it as well. Obviously, EDC Las Vegas has been postponed to this September, so if you're coming here then, that will be a good time as well. Since we're at 100% capacity, that means you could do more. Obviously, EDC Las Vegas has been postponed to September this year, but that is actually good news. Because if EDC was scheduled during the regular time, that means there would have been no EDC week and there would have been no day clubs to go to. During the EDC festival, nightclubs, day clubs, and casinos have this thing called EDC week, where we have multiple days of straight partying. Now, if EDC was to happen all time, that wouldn't be possible due to the COVID restrictions and all that. Now that it's happened in September, that means you guys will have things to do on the strip as well as off the strip. The entire city will be flooded. Now, the only issue is that EDC and Life is Beautiful is going to happen near the same time. I honestly wonder how the city is going to plan for that, because that is going to be overwhelming. Having 2 festivals back to back like that is really going to test the city. On July 2nd, Excision has announced that he's going to have a 2-day concert with multiple guests. This is basically going to be a mini music festival for those of you guys who like electronic dance music. All right, now let's talk about casinos real quick. Every single major casino is at 100% capacity. The CDC has announced that fully vaccinated people do not have to wear masks anymore at all whatsoever. Wynn Resorts and Encore were the first 2 casinos to remove masks for fully vaccinated people. Really soon, if not today, other casinos will follow suit and remove their mask policy as well. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how are casinos going to enforce this mask policy? Let me tell you this right now, they are not going to enforce it at all. They're not going to ask you for your vaccine card. They're not going to care. They're just going to be happy that more people are going to come into the casino. Since the very beginning, casinos and nightclubs have pretty much not cared about masks. They may have looked like they tried to enforce it, but really the workers there didn't really care. The casinos cared a little bit, but the employees did not care whatsoever. At the time, I couldn't tell you guys this on camera because 1, I'm not a snitch, and I did not want to get these nightclubs into any trouble. I kid you not, if you have watched some of my Instagram posts during the pandemic, you will see packed nightclubs, no social distancing, and people not caring. But I could tell you guys now, as you've seen, nobody really cared. The venues did not care. Security does not care. Nobody cared. That being said, this doesn't mean that that will change. Maybe they'll be more strict. I honestly don't see them being more strict at all. I will be making a part 2 to this video if there's any more information, but as of right now, this will be my last update because there's nothing else to share once we go to 100% capacity. So you guys come out here, you have fun. Definitely hit me up if you're in town. I will try to meet up with you and enjoy your vacation. Peace.